Tuning in after the live. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. I don't really anticipate much of a crowd here tonight as it's 12:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, July 29th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And yes, it's a little bit later than I normally come on. Hold on, let me turn this brightness down on the TV as this will help out greatly. I know I see now that there's a glare in the TV, now that that camera came on. So maybe, oh yeah, that's way better. Much better. So I didn't want you to have to stare at that and have that blinding you during this whole live. So again, I greatly appreciate you tuning in. I came on live because there's some stuff I've noticed. My son's up and Julie's in bed, so I figured, you know what? For anybody who's up, maybe I can lend a helping hand. Wow, hey Dink, welcome in, my friend. David, welcome in. Really, 8 people in here. I can't thank you enough. I just figured I would do it like this, and then it would just be released to everybody, and it didn't really matter to me. You know, if I was talking to anybody, I could just get through it, and then if anybody had questions, I can answer them. Holla, man, boy, welcome in. RHS late night live indeed, but I noticed something here. So Dink, Julie's birthday was fantastic. She just went to bed. I just tucked her in, and she was very happy. She was very happy. Um, Her mom was here to sing happy birthday to her. I got her a nice cake, and she wanted Superman ice cream, so I found her that. And you know, it was fun. The 16-year-old, the 9-year-old is here. Our 4-year-old's here. You know, so she got everything she wanted, and we hung out until she just went to bed. My son, my 4-year-old's still up, but I told her to, or should I say, our 4-year-old. So I told her to go to bed, and you know, she's doing good. Thank you very much. All right, Jess. Thank you so much. I'll let her know that you said happy birthday. What's going on, 913 man? Not a whole lot, my friend. So what I'm noticing here is, so I'm gonna take off this chart because I don't care about the USDT chart for Quant. But what I am noticing is Quant is starting to maybe set the trend here for XRP. And you guys all know I take very good due diligence here. Welcome in, my friend. Hope you're having a good late evening, early AM. But I like to come talk to everybody when there's breaking stuff happening. Look what Quant just did. And I have it drawn out in 2 ways, and I didn't really find it relevant until this started happening. But the part of these patterns that I have it drawn out, it just happened to break out in the last like hour. So I was like, uh-oh, I better come on. I'm up. You know, I'm not going to bed anytime soon. So, no problem, no problem. Thank you for your time. You know, this can only happen because of all of you. Appreciate you. So if you look though, we've held that 100 spot 60. I left that on there for a major support, and then we have a major resistance up at 150 when we get up in that area. But for now, we've had this bear flag that was forming, and I drew it in 2 ways. I drew it from where the actual drop happened, but then I wanted to get it a little bit up higher here. So basically what I like to do, just so I can show you, we had this move way up, then we came down, then I try to find the candlestick, and I guess it could have been up just a little bit higher. What am I doing here? See, that makes it better for me. Oh, I mean, it's still a breakout, but you can see the exact spot. I'm very finicky. So I like to pick something like that. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top wicks because they obviously came back. Well, it's not obvious to you, but for me, the reason I do it, how presumptuous of me to say, oh, just assume. But it came up, came back down to support, and then we came up to a resistance. So I like to use that after we hold the 20-day, and then we came down after. So this was our last real resistance. So hit there when we came up. So this is the swing high. So ready? You got a boom, then you got a lower low. So now we're creating some kind of formation here. And then I like to go, because obviously we broke out now from that angle. But now if you look at it from here, yeah, that's much better right there. Where we broke down here and dropped into the bear flag. And now we kind of reestablished ourselves. Now we have a falling channel. These are bullish reversals, folks. Or a descending triangle. Either way, those are bullish reversals. I know it sounds crazy, but when you start forming those patterns, there's not enough sellers to get you out of the area. And now it's starting to break out. And the first layer to break out and confirm it, you get above here and break out and confirm the breakout, then you're pushing up to 150. That's why it's important to do this. Now, some would go up here, but you can't. You got to go into the body of it. You started at your highest point, but then you're coming through the sweet spot. Because these are wicks. So if you look at it from a... I think that was in the daily. Yeah, the daily makes it easy to see, but when you break it down into smaller time frames, I figured I'd go from farther out just to show everybody. Silent Watcher, top of the morning to you, my friend. Welcome in, welcome in. I see a lot of different faces in here this time of the night. This is awesome. Wow, 24 people here. I can't believe it. At this time, you've all, honestly, like, I love it. I can go on at any time and I can talk to my closest friends. Like, what better feeling is there than that? Make sure to hit that like button, as it will really help push me through the analytics. It really will, and it'll force YouTube to push me through the analytics as well. But this is a big moment here. So if Quant is in fact leading the charge for XRP, Quant's having an official breakout here now that I showed you my reasoning. But this is the daily. Nice. This is just happening, like literally. So and I know I don't cover Quant a lot, but we'll be covering it more. I should be covering it more. Hell yeah, Mega DJC XRP, welcome in. Owen Casey, no problem, no problem. I love to do it. I love to do it. Cassian, thank you so much for that. Thank you. Bob, 11 p.m. in Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. Hey, my brother into the north. Welcome in. I'm in the great state of Michigan right now. Just south of you, in a sense. So, does that make sense for everybody with Quant? What do people from Wisconsin say? I don't know. I'm sure I've heard it. If you say it, I'm sure I've heard it over the years. We say a lot of things about people from Wisconsin. Or we hear a lot of things about people from Wisconsin, I should say. You routinely kicked our... Oh, yeah, Cheesehead from Wisconsin. That's definitely common. I hear a lot about the... from Wisconsin, I hear a lot about the Badgers because I'm a Big Ten football fan because I'm a Michigan fan. So, you know, Wisconsin has been a pain in our you-know-what over the years. Especially when Barry Alvarez was there. But anyhow, so this is the breakout for Quant right now. It literally has broken out. And if this is any indication, Quant always front runs XRP's breakout. And it typically does. It's typically a good signal for XRP. So I noticed that happening, so I figured I would let us all know. Off the subject, had a great Bible study on John 14. Thank God and our Lord Jesus Christ for giving us the Holy Spirit. Oh, Dink, welcome in. Thank you for sharing that. You know, you might be a fan of this. So, this is what I read out of. I know it's backwards, so you will have to reverse it yourself. Not the easiest thing to pick up with my hurt arms and forearms, but, you know. So I'm also doing some reading myself. Furthering my studies, I should say. So we'll go back to Quant, because Quant's at a bona fide breakout right now. It's got the first layer now. It needs to go up a little bit higher. That was the Holy Bible, the Ethiopic I don't know. Well, it's going to be hard. You know what? Here's how I could show it. Huh. I didn't even think of this. I should have. But it's backwards, right? If I put it upside down and you turn it around. See, it's the Ethiopic Holy Bible. It's the Holy Bible, the Ethiopic version. I just thought you would you'd be appreciative. Hey, welcome in from South Africa. Henry Anadale, welcome in. What's my input for XRP's price this week? Well, I know, Cassie, and it's crazy that so many people are here right now. What is there? 33 people, wow. To be here at 104, I really thought I was going to come on and just do a normal update and just out of here. Make sure to hit that like button. It really does help push the content. So, if you're just coming in, we'll look at XRP real quick, but Quant here. If you're just coming in, I'm going to, you know how I like to reference things as I'm doing things. So, Quant is going to go right next to XRP. I don't know why it's way up here on its own, but it's time to put Quant where it belongs. Just so that we can see, because it sometimes front runs XRP. So it really should be up here, because it's technically what allows XRP to do what it does in all of crypto. If you think about it. So it's up 3.82%. I noticed this, so I'm like, you know what, I gotta go live. Julie went to bed. My son's up, so I'm gonna be up until probably 3, 4 in the morning. I gotta make the most of my time. So Quant is breaking out here. I noticed it on my chart. I'm like, holy crap, that it hasn't done this in a while. It always gets rejected. So even earlier, I didn't say anything because it was getting rejected, and it could still fill out until like second week of August. But then all of a sudden, after the close, in the last 6 hours, it's gone up like 6 point something percent. So I'm like, something's going on here. It's like 6.3%, but it's even moving still. So if we break it into the smaller time frame, Quant's moving a little bit. Doesn't have the greatest, you know, it's not a huge volume portfolio, but it's definitely a breakout from this consolidated volume. This dump volume, it's got some finally buy volume, but if it keeps pushing, it could come all the way up here to 123. So this could be very interesting. This could be an interesting development here to start the night. So what does everybody think about that? And if we just bring it out, I'll put it in the daily so everybody can see it. But I do it in two different ways. I take this area, bring it through, and up here from the last major resistance when it came down and actually pushed up to the high. So you got a high, lower high in this whole region, but it finally broke through. So it broke the structure, but it did not in this area. So it's like a first layer breakout. These are like the false breakouts if it doesn't make it all the way through. This is where you get everybody excited, then it just fills it out. Or it breaks out and comes through and it breaks up to 150. So with that being the case, is that a precursor for something for XRP? Is XRP on the verge of something here? Because in the daily, XRP's on a bull flag. That's the weird pattern. Where's my other chart? Gotta love these. You gotta love these trading view updates. I won't get mad about it, but it's funny where some of my stuff ends up like, wow. I keep it in an order, you know, I'm orderly, very orderly, so everybody who watches gets used to a certain spot where all my stuff is at. So, here's the chart I wanted. It's a lot more information for the time we're in right now. The other chart's the all-time chart. But we're about to get up into some targets if we break up. I know it looks crazy, but look at the area we broke out. So let me get rid of some of these arrows. We're all talking. Those are all arrows pointing. It's funny they all got left on there. Just for when we get back down to that area. I don't want to see none of that mess. So basically underneath, the reason why these are on the 585 underneath, if you're new, is the pattern double top that we finally broke out of. The 613 is the pattern formation broadening wedge that we got on top of and broke out of. 65 cents is a major uptrend, and it's farther back in the pattern, but it also in this area allows for a bull flag to be formed. So in the 4 hourly, we can make a bull flag in that area, and it would still consolidate into the 673 if you were actually going to break out. We also have the horizontal support, which is actually the swing low of 673 after the swing high of 937. Then we came back up to 85 cents, came back down, double bottom, created a W reversal on the swing low where we created the double bottom. The volume portfolio crashed. In the daily time frame, we had 209 million and then 173 million approximately in these two candles. And then you went to, which candles were they? In the daily, we had, when we dumped down, our dump down volume was very, very weak. We had like 27, 25, 31. I think we had like a 33. Let's see. See how close I am. So this daily candle we had 202 million. This daily candle 172. So I was pretty close. And then when we dumped down, we had 27, 21, 37, 25. And then we consolidate. So that's not a very big volume portfolio. This is telling us, and we're having a divergence in volume. I'm telling you, eventually this is going to matter. Eventually this will matter. Because we're going to do the 2 points where we can actually touch there. But eventually this is going to matter. Eventually this is going to cross itself. That's, whoops. What the hell? What did I do? Oh. Well, anyhow, that divergence in price, volume, and or the price action and volume, that's going to catch up to itself. This will eventually catch up to itself down here. That's a divergence. We can't even connect anywhere. Like, where are we going to hit? Eventually, we're going to break out. That's a divergence in price and volume. You want to see a price increase if you're expecting this to break through. For us, if you want it to break up, this is beautiful consolidation. And now the areas where it could break up, if it breaks up there and gets on top of 731, your technical target's up here at about 119.78. Assuming you can break past the 85-cent mid-tier resistance and then break the double top, because those are always levels that can make it look like a fake out. Do you see any resistance at 112? I mean, on Quant, there's some resistance trickling up, but once you break through the formation I showed, Quant's getting ready for, it would be getting ready for a move to 150. It's been in that consolidation pattern for a very long time. I mean, I don't want to be like, oh my God, it's been extremely long, but in the terms of crypto trading days, it's an eternity. Look at XRP. That's so beautiful. I mean, I can't even describe to you how beautiful this is. Look at the volume crashing as the price is crashing. When we had substantial, when we had a huge price increase in XRP, followed by huge volume. I mean, massive volume. So, huge price rise, massive volume. Huge price decrease. You would expect a similar portfolio as that. Very puny volume, no volume. The volume is tapered off. This reeks of a bullish reversal in the making. It absolutely reeks of a bullish reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Sports mania, absolutely. Patience and positivity all the way. All the way. It's the only way to do it. Keeps us all unified. We don't know what each other are going through. Maybe our joke is what actually causes somebody to lose it. Or maybe us not being accepting when we're talking about XRP, it's the only thing they have. So, when we make it a negative environment, it could be really hurting somebody. I learned that. I received that message. It took a while. Plus, I mean, we all like XRP. We already have enough battles with the SEC. Why battle each other? That's the thing, like, a great philosopher once said, and I don't know which one, and I could be making it up. I could be the great philosopher for all I know. If you fight a person, you're you're falling into the you're falling into the like the everyday, the uneducated trap. You don't want to fight a person. You want to fight an idea, or you don't want to fight me when I'm trying to give you the information on XRP and I'm doing it in a factual way and I'm showing you the proof through the charts and through the news. As everybody sees, I've expanded my news, I've expanded everything because I want you to be able to come here and get all the news and the charts. That's the one big improvement I've made over the last, I don't know, couple months, especially since I hurt my hands. But it's an idea I built on. But it's something. They will know you by your love. Too much hate out there. Yep. So basically, oh, let me see if I missed any comments. Sorry, I like to make sure I keep up to the comments. They will know you by your love. Too much hate out there. I absolutely agree with that. Henry, never argue with a fool. They'll bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. Plus, when you lower your soul to that kind of energy, it invites it in. So now, when I get into a fight, or not even a fight, because I won't let somebody bring me to that anymore, and it's a magical tool, you just say, that's the victim answer. You just tell them you're playing the victim, and then they're like, what? It's like, think about it. You're making an excuse for what's happening to you. How about we find a resolution? Just like everybody, when crypto was going down, they were making excuses of how could this happen? It's the influencer. It's Brad Garlinghouse. It's the SEC. It's the everybody and their mother. And these people are selling it and they won't hold it because they don't have diamond hands. But in reality, if we were positive and emotionless, and thankfully we were in this community in this regard, we found opportunity. We're like, okay, we need to sell because the FUD is greater than ever and it's not time yet, utility wise. And then we took advantage of all the fear mongering, all of it. And what did we do? We bought back at 346 after selling at $1.66 and we looked like geniuses. And the rest of our crypto alike, we did the same thing in regards. So it's all about understanding. Now we're in a beautiful position. Most people are, every community, let's face it, we're the only community. We're the only community who's in this position. And I don't say that like bragging, but we're in a special position. Like literally being able to cash out 300 to 400% in profits in the bull market, not get hit in any of that massive bear market, and being able to buy all of our stuff at 90 to 99% off, and being where we're at already. I've almost got as much in my uphold account as I had in the entire 2021 bull run. And XRP's at, you see what I'm saying here? We haven't gone anywhere yet. Our portfolios are much more expanded. We have many more tools in our bag, but it takes an idea and it takes you going like I used to say, everybody's going this way. I had a video one time I got so upset and, looking back on it, I love it because I was so passionate. But if I would have just approached it like this, more people would have listened. But I was so like, oh my God, everybody's listening to all these people and we can see this massive bear market. It's going to happen. We can see it on the charts and everybody's, and I'm like, oh my God. And I actually said, everybody's going that way. This is the one time and you have no reason to listen to me because I have 1,000 subscribers and I have no track record except the fact that I made this money in the bull market, but anybody basically could as long as we bought it. I'm like, but now it's time to have a leap. And we got to sell at $1.66. You know what the best part of that was? You son of a... And I'm not going to talk like that. But it makes me laugh now because people are so passionate, but I can understand. They were told something and they really thought it was about to happen. And I was the idea. But, a wise person in the comments told me, I don't remember exactly who it was, they said, it takes a lot longer for the truth to circulate than the FUD, or it takes a lot longer for the truth to circulate than what everybody wants to hear. So if everybody wants to hear something, of course it's going to circulate faster. But if you're telling the truth, you're going to have to leave, you're going to have to have it, you're going to have to back it up somehow. And the only way to do that is build time behind you and be right. And not just be right though, do it in a way where It's inclusive. You're making sure that you're not charge. I think the key thing is you can't charge for the information like that. I don't know why. Maybe because I lived through a struggle my whole life when I was younger and stuff before I figured it out. Um, but I don't think you can charge when people are trying to learn. That's just my rule. So it always, if somebody asks me, do you watch this or that? If they charge for any kind of information, no, I don't watch them. Because I feel like if you are in a position where you can do this, well, then you don't need the money because your investing should be leading you. You shouldn't need to embezzle it out of everybody. How about we teach everybody? I believe fully you get that back. So, anyhow, back on track here. I don't know. Somebody asked a question and it made me spiral out of control into a different realm. But in the 30-minute XRP coiled up, and now we should be able to see a little bit of a spike here to 7149. And then we're really going to see her in the 200-day. Can we get back above here? Because we really want to do a golden cross here in the 200 or in the 30-minute. We wanted to. We're just coiled up. I mean, that is a beautiful coiled up here. The only thing is we don't know. Can I come up here, or can we come down here and consolidate back through? The reason I found here, let me read this. The reason I found XRP was because of all the faith in the outcome. God has a plan, and all holders were in faith that they would win the court case. No doubt, no doubt. Sports Mania. Thanks, Owen. Sports Mania. I see a lot of XRP videos, and to be honest, your breakdown and predictions are the most sensible and accurate. I saw a video short where 35,000 on XRP by 2025 was the prediction. Would be nice, but a bit crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just, I don't know, when you make predictions, that's why I always say I don't make predictions, I just show you what's happening. It sounds crazy, but it is two different things. I think when you make predictions, it cheats you from what you're doing, too, because everybody focuses on the prediction. I made a prediction once. When it was at $1.66, I said it was going to 52 cents. And guess what? It hit 52 cents on the nose. That's why everybody joined me. That's how I became trustworthy. XRP actually hit it dead on the nose. Like, that's something that I don't have to ever do again. So now it's more of, let's be inclusive. I don't need to make predictions. I had to make predictions when nobody knew me. Now we're doing just fine as a community. So, and then when it went back up, remember I said I wouldn't buy until, I said at $1.66, I'm not buying until sub 40 cents. After we sold out. And, now we're sitting at 34.6. So anyhow, XRP looking to go up here. And we're trying to break up to the 200-day. What's next in XRP? Well, I mean, we're looking. With XRP, we're looking. It looks like we could possibly break up here, and if we do, we're going to retest this downtrending resistance at 72.03. But first, we'll see if it's a quick wick or a quick fake out candle up to 71.51. I'm anticipating real quickly here in the short term 71.51. So we're at 71.18. Now we got to see at 71.51. So it's in segments. We got to do it in segments. Fantastic job hitting that like button. If you guys appreciate my work in time, I would love to see more people in Tom's Army. We got some people in here tonight. I don't do paid advertising, paid promotions, or paid sponsorships. So if you want to show me some support, YouTube Super Chat or Tom's Army. That's it. There's no other way. I don't want to cheat you out of your viewing experience, see? And it's funny. The more subscribers you get, the more offers you get. And you guys are going to see if I'm genuine or not the farther on we go. That's what I keep telling everybody. If you don't know if I'm going to be genuine or not, just wait. If you thought the offers were easy to pass up at 10,000 subscribers, imagine what I'm getting at 17,300. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be fun for me to just keep going because now the inbox is piling up. Because now some of the exchanges are more desperate. And it makes me laugh because it's like, I think it's easier and it's, there's, you know what everybody forgets? The soul. My soul's clean. I come on here and I do what I need to do. I'm not trying to trick anybody. I want you guys to prosper with me. So if I take some kind of back end deal, it's just going to cheat it. If I get paid from an exchange, it's just going to cheat it. If I get paid to advertise or spawn, it's going to cheat the experience. I want to do this and do it different. I told you, we're revolutionizing things. Nobody, I don't know. Back in the day, I think a lot of the other influencers that made fun of me, the bigger ones, I don't even know why they were paying attention to me when I only had 2,000 or 3,000. Probably because those people in my audience had a loud voice in their channels. But, you know, now I understand. We're making some noise here. We're getting close to 17,500. We literally just went over 17,000 3 days ago. And now we're making some noise, and this isn't by accident, but I firmly believe in time you reap what you sow. And, you know, I was putting out negative energy in the beginning, so I went through trial and tribulation, and that's what happens. Said, Tom, you're not running the show like this. You better humble yourself real quickly. I said, you know what? I better. That's Quant. We could go a little bit farther back, but Quant also started to have very low volume on this consolidation, and then it finally had a little bit of surge to break through that temporarily. We'll see if we can continue here. But Quant, for anybody tuning in, oh yeah, and you get Philosopher Tom when he's up at 1:24 a.m. because the way I look at it is nobody's watching, but I might have to change my tune because I was going to say 34 people, but now there's 56 people. Okay, that's pretty impressive. 43 likes. Make sure you hit that like button. It does force YouTube to push me through the algorithm, as you're going to be able to tell. So this is Quant for anybody tuning in, and this is what alerted me to XRP. Holy crap, I haven't even gone into Bitcoin, and that's in the title. We'll get into Bitcoin right after this, because everybody is, not everybody, I don't like to talk about. So, in the Twitter sphere, or like, okay, the public perception, no, we're being positive. The buzz would have you suggest that Bitcoin is in a bull flag. But I'm here to tell you it's in a broadening wedge. And I did an update for the last week, but I did an update earlier just because we have to stay in the proper perspective here. You know, we have to stay in the proper alignment. And everybody's like, how do you know? You guys see the charts, man. You guys all see the charts, and you see how much time I put into it. I don't have a 9 to 5. We have 3 kids, but I don't have a 9 to 5 because I figured out how to invest a few years ago. And I'm trying to teach everybody how to do it. It's that simple. So I can spend all my time doing this. And when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do, take a shower, do my update. Right now I'm up with my son. Guess what? I'm doing a live, actually. So this is how I live. And Julie likes it. She appreciates it. So this is what we need. You need somebody who's up in charge. You need somebody who's going to pay attention. You don't want somebody who's not living it. I'm living it. We're living it. That's why you're here right now. This shows me the dedication of the XRP community. To have 50 plus people here at 1:26 a.m. It's a crazy. Rock, welcome in. And you know why else you should want to follow somebody like me? Because if I fuck this up, it's over for me. You know? Excuse my French. But, you know, it comes with more than just XRP. There's the ISO tokens. There's the IoT tokens, which is the Internet of Things. But then we also have our gold and silver, which we put our profits into. As you know, with my system, you want to become your own central bank. So then you have your precious metals that go with profit. So we put a substantial profit margin in. And then we just had what we needed, the 5,000. Everything over that went into precious metals. It ended up being over 10,000 between our profits and what we were able to do during the bear market. Just on daily purchases. Actually, it was way more than that. It was about 20,000. So, you know, and you just start doing it. But I was showing everybody, so it's been 2 years everybody's been watching it, almost 3 now. We're building our own central bank, which is very important. If you want to learn more about that, Robert Kiyosaki, Peter Schiff, Mike Maloney, but especially on YouTube, Gregory Manarino talks a lot about building your own central bank. So, Xmar, Tom on the night tip, absolutely. I had to pick up a side hustle. What can I say? I missed you guys too much. I had to come back. I was just gonna do an update about Quant. Here's the real deal for everybody tuning in. The only reason I'm here, Shane, welcome in from Australia, Melbourne, Australia. Beautiful place. Never been, but I've seen. I've seen through the magic of social media. Random, we'll go to Bitcoin, I promise. Well, whack, are we going up or down? Well, based on the indicator, if Quant's telling us something, we should be starting to XRP. We should be coming up to like that 715 level. That's the 200 day and the 30 minutes. So XRP is gonna have to come up to about 715. It was at about 7117 when we came to this chart. Yes, I'm a finicky person with numbers. I can remember stuff in my head weird. Closed head injury. Can picture stuff in my head. Can only see out of one eye because of keratoconus besides a blur. You know, it's a whole bunch of factors that just force me to be like this. But it works for us and me. So right now the bottom line is, and we'll go back to the other chart. The bottom line is we're in this formation. We had a first layer breakout, but now we need to get out past here to confirm the breakout. So breakout, but to confirm it, you're going to have to break this level, and then you'll have a clear push up to about 150 or approximately. It's possible, TK. There's been some rumblings. I haven't talked about anything like that, but there has been some rumblings on the back channel that there's something in the works there. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but there's something definitely in the works. I don't know if it's going to be gold back necessarily, but something's going on to push money. TK, so you've been doing some reading, haven't you? From because not anybody's brought this up to me. That's interesting. I love this audience. That makes me happy. You just spoke. Now everybody's going to wonder. Now they can do their research. Yes, sir, TK. That's how we all found each other, to be honest. So, Oakland, California, 1028. I'm predicting an uptrend Sunday. Money for morning because of XRP. Yeah, I think, yes, the BRICS thing is huge. Wait until they go gold back and they make the US dollar go. Hit the like button. How many people? Wow. I'm actually speechless right now. 65 people at 1:30 a.m. We've come a long way, folks. Make sure to hit that like button. It'll force YouTube to push me through the algorithm. It's that simple. If you enjoy my work, one day join Tom's Army. Or you can send $1 as a super chat, or just a super chat. Or just hit the like button. Or share the content, you know, whatever you want to do. But Quant, literally, we're looking to see if we can break up to the next level. If we're going to retest, we'd get rejected here at 113.47, and then we'd have to come back down. Or we're going to just push right through to here and see if we're bullish. We break up and hold here at 123. Somebody asked, and you were right about the area. You said 120 something. I can't remember exactly what you said. If you're still in here, you asked me if it was a resistance at like 123 area. It definitely is. I wonder if you were asking because of the chart that I had out. Or you're just doing your homework. So that's Quant. So I noticed that when I came on, it was up about 3.6% or 3.4% since the flip, but like 6.3% in the last 6 hours. Now it's up about 8% in the last 7 hours. So it's actually, there's something going on here. And XRP, is it going to follow? Well, we'll answer that in a second. We got to go to Bitcoin because I promised. So, in my opinion, I think man, I got a lot of stuff on here for Bitcoin. You know what, Bitcoin? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I mean, I need the rest. I can't help it. I guess we could get rid of that. We can definitely get rid of 31,000. Oh, that's better. Makes it a little bit easier. So, Bitcoin right now, and I know it looks weird in the daily, so let's go to the 4-hourly before everybody leaves. So, the public perception right now is Bitcoin's in a bull flag. And they feel that Bitcoin is broken down already, and they've taken their short positions because they feel Bitcoin's in a busted bull flag. which if you put it in a bull flag would be true, but it's not a bull flag. You could take the broadening wedge from here and come straight through. And if you watch this, bams, good morning, my friend. If you take this through, and this is what I showed before, because people will say, well, couldn't you start the broad, if it's a broadening wedge, why are you starting it so far away, Tom? Because if you start it like this and you have to come through, it's still going to be the same thing. But I prefer to have it in a realistic pattern. So I'm going to do it in an area where I think it makes sense. So that's what I constitute. You only need 2 hits. And when you have that further evidence, you can do it like this. We didn't try to diagnose it until it got to this point. We're like, uh-oh. We're like, support, resistance, support. Look at this. And then it started coming through. We're like, all right, since we diagnosed the inverted head and or the broadening wedge. And so here's the legend. I love to do the legend. So the legend has it if you're and a lot of people always comment, but it's just who I am. So the legend has it that if you're in the broadening wedge pattern, so you only need 2 hits of support and resistance. So 2 higher high and lower lows in succession. Lower low, higher high, higher high. Hell, we got a third lower low. But just over here, so you need lower low, higher high, higher high. So you need 2 hits on each side to confirm the pattern in a broadening wedge. Then it's also said on each successive hit after the second on each side, it becomes very volatile. Ready? Support, resistance. Or at each hit, it becomes increasingly volatile. Support, resistance. Support, resistance. Support. If it comes back up a 10% move to resistance. I would say that meets the standard of a broadening wedge. And then I created this because if it breaks down, I would create this inverted head and shoulders pattern on the breakdown. We would have to have a nice spike up, get back over 30,000, create this right arm, ultimately get over this uptrend right here at about 30,137, which is that rising channel that is formed in here from the breakdown. And it's also the CME gap at 30,000 that it filled. So you get back above here and you create that pattern. We predicted this drop before it happened because that's all we could do. We're in a broadening wedge pattern. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I will tell you something. It's much easier to draw stuff out if you can diagnose the pattern. We also know if we break the broadening wedge, we have a target of 25,194 because that's the technical target on a breakdown of the broadening wedge. On a break up, it's 35,990. We don't even need 30,000 or 35,052 because that was if it was in a bull flag. But we diagnosed that it's not in a bull flag. It's in a broadening wedge. Often deceived by the fakesters. You can tell somebody with real technical analysis. I often say, all you have to do is watch the charts day after day. Watch somebody day after day. A lot of people are, hey, you know what though? Positivity, that is not me. Oh, it is, Dink. Oh, no, I'm not going too hard. My son's up. No, hear me out. I'm only on right now because my son is up. It's he's gonna be up. He's still making a lot of noise. So it's either I sit up here and try to wait him out because my son is he had a very bad car accident. He broke his femur. He goes through therapy and he's developmentally delayed from everything. So he's nonverbal right now at 4. So he, sometimes he likes to stay up at night and I can't blame him because that's what I do. So it might seem like I'm going too hard, but in reality, this is actually slowing me down a little bit. So yeah, does that make sense with Bitcoin? Shifter, crewmate, hope all is well. All is well. All is definitely well. I do appreciate you, the concern, though. I do. So that's Bitcoin. Does that make sense? Because I want to go back to XRP, but does that make sense to everybody? I'm generally surprised. 61 people, 57 likes. That's incredible. Wait a minute. We've already been on for 44 minutes. Holy smokes. Dink, I appreciate that. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Appreciate it. Red eye chart analysis. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, X marks. Cassian, very clear. Excellent. And then underneath here, the reason this 21,966, that's the other CME gap that would need to be filled if we came down. But if you look at Bitcoin, to me, it doesn't seem right. I know it looks like a bear flag, but we need to let it have proper verification on the breakdown. If it breaks down, we know the technical target. See, that's the beauty of it. So that's Bitcoin. We know what's going on with Quant. It's up 4.15%. Just so we can look at it one more time. It's had a breakout, Quant. Be very quick, and then we'll go to XRP so everybody knows. XRP Army does not sleep. So that's what it's breaking out of right now. Short-term breakout. Validate breakout here to a move to 150. You got to break out of 123. Or you can consolidate back through here. As long as you hold 100, you're good. That's a very, very major support there. And it's been holding strong. Very strong. So now let's go back to XRP. That just fills everybody in who might just be tuning in. XRP, as we talked about, was at like 71.17, I think it was. We still are talking about it. Needs, or now it's 71.15. It needs to get up to 71.50 to retest that 30-minute and the 200-day. Well, I'll click on it, but I want to see how close I am. Zoom still, welcome in, my friend. Oh, man, it's awesome to see you in here right now at these hours. Message was held for review for what? Now we're going to show it. OG of the motherfucking OGs. Oh, yeah. What's up, Joshua? I gotcha. Oh, you know, somebody asked me kindly, so I'm going to have to, the mother Faguzis, or whatever, the mother fudgers, or I'm going to have to figure out something for that word, because somebody said that they have kids and they are trying to watch, and I respect that, because I have kids. So even in the comments, I'm going to, because I haven't swore as much of it, but reading the comments I do, so I'm going to have to, yeah, well, no, it's not, no. Joshua, that's just, that's me. That's not you being bad, but I admire your spirit. I can tell you're a good person. I admire that. I respect that. Not Slaz. We should be going down around 40% from 31.9, or if we break 32, we hit max 48 and then down 40% based on every past cycle. And yes, the wedge, if we zoom out, we are in a descending. Yes! You're 100% right. I'm just trying to stay in the short-term formation, but you have 100% diagnosed the pattern. We're in the descending wedge. I give you credit for that. That's the very long term, though. And that wedge, if we were to break down out of, that's how we would get down to, do you know the number? Some people hate me for it, but if you break that wedge to the downside in the long term, well, has anybody ever heard of sub 10,000? That's how you could get to those levels. Well, my friend knows the pattern, so at least one person can say, yes, he knows. Jason Miles, welcome in. From the UK, good. What is it there? Good morning? I'd say it's about, hold on, depending on which part of the UK you're in. It's got to be 8 o'clock maybe, somewhere in there, 9 o'clock. So anyhow, let's get back to XRP. Oh, I know, that's what I said. We could only be so lucky. What's the chances, Tom, of us breaking up if Bitcoin breaks down? There's a chance. XRP, this is the cool thing. XRP, look at its formation. XRP hasn't really been too bothered, but something tells me that Axis 745, yes, that's pretty close. And then Jason 645, yes. See, I knew it was somewhere around there. Axis is in the Netherlands. All right, I'll have to remember that. 1 hour in front of the UK. So the UK is 645. The Netherlands is 745. I can remember that. I mean, I won't remember the exact time, but it's 5 hours ahead of me for the UK and 6 hours for the Netherlands. Oh, see, that's easy enough. See, but this is a way, too, of waiting out my son. Because he's not running out here, which means he's trying to wind down himself. So the only thing I can do is mess up his routine. Aw, man. Everybody's seen this. Everybody's seen this. You guys all see me just move this back, remember? I had to move the chart back. And you see how it disappeared again? Oh, I didn't even pick the right chart. But you see how it disappeared again? Now I'm going to have to go back and get it and put... And I said, oh, ever since the update, it just does it. Well, at least I caught it live. You guys just seen it happen. I had to do this in the beginning of the live because it was at the bottom, and now it was just gone. And this one's important. This is my, this is the part of the formation. I could draw it back, but it'd be a pain. And that's still in a bull flag in the weekly, so we're in good shape here for XRP. I think a lot of people are giving up too easily. And, like, I want to get rid of some of these numbers. I do. But 58.5 is a double top breakout. 613 is the breakout of the broadening wedge. 65 cents is just a very strong support, which, honestly, we need to keep it because that's the overextension on the breakdown. The 673 is the double bottom, the swing low, and that's where the double bottom was formed. Not in the daily, you have to look in the 4-hourly. But that's where the double bottom was formed at the 673. Now, if you look at it in the daily, this is why I said we could come back down because we could make a, I don't know, because you already have in the daily, this is the double bottom here. You can see it right here in the daily. So it could get squeezed into here, and then you could have something like, you could form the real, I don't know, I don't really want to see the horseshoe. Because then you don't know if it's just going to come through, or if it's like, all right, we got plenty of support, and it's like, yeah, we could see that, but I would rather just be like, oh, yeah, we hit that twice, and let's get the hell out of here. That's what I want. That's like the quick, savvy way out if we're going to do it. But we know the preferred breakout point could take us all the way to August 1st. We just know that we have to have this area highlighted just in case we have a breakout first. Because there's nowhere else for it to go. We're going to get squeezed right there. We're going to get squeezed right into oblivion. But either way, we're waiting for a candle here. There's not really any sellers. Like, we're not finding a lot of sellers. There was a lot more buyers, a lot less sellers on the way down. That doesn't mean it can't squeeze it down here and see what happens. Now, we know if we break down, we go down to 37 cents if we were to break this entire formation. But I really think that would be, hey, Bitcoin broke down, something happened, bad news, something. Because right now they're really pushing, we're getting into an election cycle here, so we're going to see what happens. Especially because the Fed did 25 basis points. The market's ready to rally. It baked it in. They handed the market a rally. They say, here you go. How much you want to pump the market here? Now, we do need to break up here, though. Like I said, 731, we got to get over and hold to break this short-term bear flaggish sort of momentum. Since we technically have a double top there at 731. Actually, a triple, well, can't really say a triple top. It was support, then it was resistance, came down, hit it again, and resistance. I mean, it's a jank triple top, I suppose. But like I said, with everything being said, even if you wanted to be bearish, look at this. It's like, would you look at this value? It's terrible. Let's go into the daily. I did this so that I can get rid of all the stuff. So let's look at the volume for a sec. We have no volume here if you look at it from 2021. So we have to take it in relation. So that's the big difference I always tell anybody. This is quantitative easing, folks, when they just pump the market and inject it. Now we go here. We go to the, Hey, Miss Vicky, welcome in. Yeah, my son's up. And everybody else in the house is asleep, so I figured I'd make it productive. So, but it's good to see you in here, love. It really is. Like, I can't believe so many people are in here. 67 people, 67 likes. Like, to be here right now, I know, Miss Vicky, I haven't even had to say hit the like button for a while because I look and it's just everybody's hitting the like button. But you just got us over 100%, so thank you, Miss Vicky, for telling everybody to hit the like button. Over 100% is a good place to be. Like, it's so bad of a divergence here. Like, where do you measure this? Like, how do you measure it? I've been going here because it's the first one I could actually hit that had enough volume for it to even hit. 3:30 Saturday afternoon. Wow. You're living in the future. I'm hoping my son will be to bed at about, what time is it? Hopefully I'll be able to go to bed at about 3. So I keep telling everybody, you know, I could either sit and read all this stuff to myself, or when I seen the Miss Vicky, you just tuning in here. Let me catch you up. The reason I came on, and I think you like Quant. Quant had a breakout here. Just for anybody who's just tuning in. Quant, I was looking on my phone, and I'm like, oh my God, it's actually breaking out. Because I have this chart, so I'm like, it's actually breaking out. And that's like the first here. This is like the fake out breakout. If it's going to be a fake out, this is what it would do, and then get rejected up here. But in any event, it should come up to like 123 if it continues pushing. So, break this down, trending resistance. Well, no, sometimes I do though. Like tonight will be less sleep. I'm like, if I fall asleep at 3, I'll get 6.5 hours. I'll probably sleep until like 9:30, 6.5 hours. But last night, everybody fell asleep early, and that happens every few nights. And I went to bed at, I want to say like by 11:15, 11:30, and I didn't get up until 9. So I got like 9.5, 10 hours. So that's pretty good for me. Actually, that's really good. So tonight I think positive. I'll get 6 hours. My son will be asleep by 3. And you know, I might be able to go to sleep by 3:30 at the latest. And then I'll be up by 9:30. But you know, I do think fasting helps in that regard. Gives me more clarity. Plus, I get to talk to all my friends in here. So that's what's going on with Quant. So I always think Quant front runs XRP, unless XRP is just having a moment like it did with news. But if it's just an average XRP consolidation, when you start seeing Quant making some noise, you're like, wake up, XRP, XLM, XDC. Quant's starting to make a little bit of move here. Let's wake up here. And then you see XRP, and you're like, XRP maybe just starting to push up towards those 7150 we've been talking about in the 30-minute time frame this entire time. This entire live, Miss Vicky, I've been talking about the 7150, that we won't know anything when everybody was asking me the question until we come up here and either get rejected or get on top of it and try to push up to this area, because we got to see. But our first test is right here. Oh, me too. If Quant were to make a big dump down, I would buy. But it's going to have to make a big dump down. I'm not content with buying 10 Quant for $1,000. If I don't ever get another chance, I've got plenty of ISO and plenty of IoT tokens that I've been building up. And then, you know, ZIL falls into that like meme, but the revolutionary with the gaming and all. This whole metaverse, they're like the head of the meta. I don't think a lot of people understand the Zaliqua network. If they did, oh my, they would be sucking it up at whatever it's at. I can't even believe it's at where it's. I mean, I can. When I sold it, it was over 20 cents. And now I'm scooping it up at 1.4, 1.5 when I was buying it. I'm like, it's like, Jesus. I sold 10,000 shares at 20 something cents. And I bought 22,222 tokens back at 1.4 something. See, I sold them as shares and they came back tokens. It's kind of like money and currency. You need to get rid of your currency, which is the US dollar, and put it into money. Precious metals, gold and silver, but also crypto, which is money. That's money. You can pay anywhere with this crypto. That makes it money. Currency, you can only pay in your own borders. That makes it currency. Or currency, you know, your US dollar, your petro, or not your petro, your fiat currency. Yeah, I'm here. I missed that $40 entry on Quant, then ran up. I know. We all missed that. But we were all so focused on being We were so focused on XRP and getting that buy-in, which I'm not regretting it. But not just that, we were focused on a lot of other things. I'm going to go check on my son just real quickly. Bear with me. All right, sorry about that. All right, so he's starting to shake his head. He I don't know how to describe it, but he rocks himself when he's about to go to sleep. He doesn't like to sleep in a bed. Ever since his injury, even he never got the chance to like really got used to it. He has a bed. He goes to sleep in it sometimes, but he likes to sit in like a chair that's good until he's probably, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, maybe 8. So we'll see what happens when he gets bigger. But he's starting to, he'll be able to fall asleep here soon now. Nope, we won't, Miss Vicky. No regrets, none whatsoever. Strange to see a little movement. We're coiling up with XRP. We're just waiting for this push. We've been waiting this whole time. I'm trying to wait it out because you all know it's late here. I'm going to have to log off here soon. I can't even believe I've been on an hour and 3 minutes. I appreciate 5060 sticking by me when I was gone for probably, I don't even know how long that just was. I had to put, my son when he falls asleep, they're like animated fish, like in an aquarium. So I had to put that on. I get that, Daniel. I get that. But here's XRP trying to make this little push up. Not Liz. My phone died. I'm back. I saw a thing on trading using volumes mostly. I don't understand that entirely. I wish I could remember what video I will find and send the name. Tell us if it's legit. Alright, I'm glad you found me as well. Not Slaz. Trading using volumes mostly. You can trade using volume, like volume predicts price. But you have to, like right now, that's what I'm saying. Even though it looked like XRP is breaking down, that volume doesn't indicate it. Our volume portfolio does not indicate a breakdown. This is the breakup volume right here. That's significantly higher. It's like 203 million or 202 million in the daily. Here, let's go into the daily. Even that 30-minute volume, the breakout, and then you see in the consolidation volume, there was none. So look at XRP. Does that look like a healthy volume that's going to push us through? Not Slaz, I appreciate that. Oh, bless him, little Tommy has the best dad and mom. Uh, best dad and mom he could have. I agree with that. I don't think there's very many people that are like me and Julie, especially the way that we are together. Like they always say, sometimes. Well, I got lucky because I found her when I was absolutely at my worst, and she accepted me. So, you know, when you get to grow with the person, and same with her, she was going through a lot. She was in a broken marriage and whatever, but, I'm not putting all that stuff out there for her. She can talk about it if she wants. But, we found each other at the right time, and, now we actually made something of everything, and we came from nothing, and now we're something, but we did it together. I know a lot of you have been there when you're making food and, you're eating dinner. This is like 9 or 10 years ago now, but you're making dinner and then you're like, huh, well, at least the kids are going to eat and we can eat like some of these leftover, I guess, vegetables or whatever's here that they're not going to eat. But, that's something that makes you appreciate what you have now. That's why I do what I do. But this is the volume. Let's get past this. This is the volume. So you have this breakout volume, and then you're decreasing. Like, we can't even find a section to connect it to. Like, that's the funny. I can't find any section until we get to right here. Whoops. Until we get to right here to try to connect this to. Because there's such a lack. It fell off so quickly, and it continues to fall off. So we could even go from here. This is how you would do it. You know how I do it in the actual charts? Then you could go from here and say, well, when are we going to have the breakout? We're just waiting for a breakout of volume. This is a bullish divergence in price action relative to volume. We had a huge, so here, let me point to this again. Let me clean some of this up. So we had a huge spike in volume to support the big rise in price. Now we consolidated. The volume's crashing. The price came down over 30% to the swing low, and where it made the double bottom at 673 after the swing high of 937. Look at the volume. The volume is gone. This doesn't support a huge move down. Now, if we get a huge spike in volume, then okay, maybe, but you're anticipating a big boost in that. We're going to get this looks like a breakout candle is going to come if this continues in this way. At some point, we'll get a breakout. Unless we get a big sell candle here that changes this trajectory. The odds-on favorite is here. This is in a bull flag. It's not a broadening wedge like Bitcoin. It's in a bull flag. The volume's crashing. We've made the formation. We've hit the double bottom on the swing low. Made a W reversal there in the 4-hourly. And now we're looking for a breakout of the bull flag. The volume crashed on the consolidation just like you want. I mean, that's up to your interpretation. That's a rough one on the weekly right there. I like to call them the squeeze candle. This is where it squeezes it real tight. This is the bull flag. This is what you want. But now it's like, are we going to consolidate all week and have to get into here? No. But we don't know yet. I think Sunday, it's either on Sunday we're going to end up squeezing and then we can start breaking up. I don't know. I would rather just break up and then that candle ends up being like it ends up making like the hook on the top. I don't know how to describe it. No, it's not a traditional one. That's what I said. It's a rough call and you'd have to make that call. Definitely not traditional. But hey, it's good to be open. Is this a 4-hour candle that starts pushing us up though? We don't know. We need some volume. That's why I keep saying we need volume somewhere. Volume, if we got some volume in here right now, it would push us right up to like 70. What is this? If we got any kind of volume, it'd come up right here. Even if it's a small spick of volume. It probably will. But everybody, I appreciate you tuning in. I got to call it a night. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to go check on my son. I appreciate everybody. Just watch the 715. Oh, it did make it up there. That's what I've been waiting for. Just watch that. If it hits and breaks the 715, you know we're probably going to come up to that downtrending resistance on the bull flag. So I appreciate everybody. I love each and every one of you. Thank you all, and have a blessed night.